Hello, I am Tieara LeeAnn.
I'm Terrell.
And I'm Tawan.
And you're about to be
Rewired. Today we got a special topic from one of our subscribers on Instagram at Sweet Tea. She told me that she wanted to get a male perspective on a video that's been going viral on Instagram.
Okay, and how long have you owned your own business?
9 years.
And how long have you been making six figures or more?
The last 3.
Okay, why do you need a man making six figures?
Because I'm finding out that the guys that I date it's not working out.
What does that have to do with money?
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire.
Excuse me, do you know any men that you are related to that make six figures or more?
Unrelated to? Yeah,
Men that you are not related to.
Not on a personal level.
Go ahead and take this down, ma'am. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about have options. And typically I don't want to deal with women who have 13-year-old sons who are used to dating men who this doesn't sound appealing to the kind of man you're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking once I start booking session with you that
I can't change men.
So on this video, it was, I guess, like a preacher dude who was taking call-ins from women. And this one particular woman told her story about how she perceived herself and what she perceived she deserved in a male partner, which is right along the lines of something that we was kind of already talking about, talking about was gender roles and expectations in dating relationships. So pretty much he went on to say that based on her situation, her physical appearance, the things that she brought to the table, she did not qualify for the type of man that she was looking for.
Maybe she should relax her standards a little bit. It's what the premise of the video was, I think.
Definitely. So I think we all just going to take a minute to weigh in on our individual feelings on that topic. And then I'm going to share a story, a personal story about what happened to me that kind of revealed where the disconnect happens, I think, in my opinion, when it comes to gender roles. So did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the video and a lot of it I agree with, but a lot of it I would have phrased a lot differently. I think that one of the things that was missing from the video is what type of relationship this lady is looking for. Mm-hmm. I think the expectations for an entanglement or a situationship is different than that of a wife or a husband. So if you are looking for a lifelong partner, I feel like it's okay to have standards and it's okay to stick to those standards. But at the same time, I feel like you should be realistic about what you bring to the table.
Definitely. What about you, Tierra? What was your thoughts on the video?
I think he was a little harsh because, it's all up to what you feel like you want and what you feel like you deserve. And if you feel like you 35, you have a lot of kids and you want this type of person, then okay, for him to come in and just be like, you ain't gonna get that, that's not like, I don't agree with that. I wasn't feeling that. That was just a little too much. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of times we as women, we get these moves, these attitudes of feeling like it's all about what a man can do for you. But sometimes we have to really realize and see, what can we do for a man as well, because they are humans. Like, they just not, here to just provide everything. It's also about what you can bring to the table.
Definitely.
That was my take on it.
So my take on it was kind of a mixture of both of them, but just to kind of piggyback off of what both of them said, I think your expectations and your standards and values, it's good to have them, but I think you need to do some internal self-reflection to see what those values are and why. Looking for a certain man and make a certain amount of money, to me, is off rip a mistake. Because personal characteristics, personal like character flaws, generosity, all of those things is things that's not as tangible as how much a person makes, but it will translate more fluidly into the type of lifestyle you're gonna lead with that person. Just because a person make a lot of money don't mean you're gonna be exposed to it.
Exactly. So
You would do better looking for a generous man than a rich man. The rich man can have money and you don't see none of it. But a generous man will share things with you, whether it's monetarily or otherwise.
Definitely.
So if you're looking to get taken care of, you need to look for a caretaker, not a rich man. Those two things may not be the same thing.
But I mean, you do have men out here that's looking for women with money, so it's the same thing. Like the gender roles are definitely switching. The society is just has a whole nother approach when it comes to this topic. Like you have it where a woman can be working full time every single day and have a man that's sitting at home. You get what I'm saying? So it's like on both ends, you can't be so worried about the income. You gotta be more so worried about compatibility. Do you love this person? Do you see this person in your life? Can you wake up to this person? Beauty, things like that to really, have a longevity type of relationship. So, I mean, I feel like it could go both ways.
I agree with that too. And along those same lines, I kind of looked at it from a traditional versus non-traditional gender roles, or what a man is supposed to do versus what a woman is supposed to do. And my biggest thing is to do what makes sense for you and your partner, because those are the only two people that matter when you approaching things together. You know what I'm saying? Like the man should do the things that come natural to him, and the woman should do the things that come natural to her. I think the biggest thing that we need to stay away from is allowing social media to think for us. Anything that says relationship goals or me and somebody's son or any of those things.
This could be you.
This could be you. All those things on social media, all those things on Instagram, they are for entertainment purposes only. It's not gospel. It's not something you need to take to the bank, because those things are supposed to get a reaction out of you. That's not something you're supposed to live by or base your relationship off of.
Definitely. I do want to go back to one thing that Tieara said, that the gender roles are switching nowadays. And I do agree with that to a certain extent. But I think, like Tawan said, it need to be more of an individualized basis. Because there are situations where, like you said, there's certain relationships where I might be better at some of the things that are traditionally the woman's role, and you might be better at some of the things that's traditionally the man's role. So we can switch in that way. I think the main thing for me personally, in my personal life, that I can't deal with is when you flip flop. When you, as a partner, you choose which role you subscribe to based on what's most appropriate for you at that point in time.
Yeah, what's convenient?
What's convenient? I'll give y'all what's the thing? Example, yeah. So, personal example. So this chick called me up, right? This is when it was first, when Fork and Screen first opened up in Buckhead, or when I first got exposed to it. Maybe it was already open. It's where you go and have drinks and eat and watch all of it at the movies.
Oh, okay.
So this chick hit me up. She told me about it. I had never heard about it. She was like, yeah, it's a nice new place. We can go have drinks, eat, have a movie, whatever. I'm like, oh, that's a nice little switch up. She trying to take me out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. What time you want to go? She was like, I already looked at the time, just started. This time we can do this first and then go do that later. I'm like, cool, you got the whole night planned. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was some switch up type shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She some role reversal, sweetest day. I didn't know what was going on. She said at the end of the whole spiel, she was like, yeah, so you paying for this, right? I said, I wasn't expecting to pay for it. I guess I could, but what happened to the approach where, you know, if I was paying for a date, I would ask you, can you go out?
Right.
I would
the
pick a
place.
spot that I can afford. I would tell you when I can pick you up, like it used to be in the old days. What she did was she snapped back to 20. She was in 2020 when it started, then snapped back to 1950 on the back end. I'm like, you got to choose a
lane,
road, a lane. So to me, it just shows that we try to be progressive in our messaging to the youth and say that we don't have to be stuck in the old ways and do all of the old things. But I think it get misconstrued in certain capacities because the culture is saying, you know, be a boss chick. You don't need a man for nothing. You know, you can do all this stuff on your own. But then at the same time,
When the check
come,
it's
you ain't
40.
supposed to pay for it. You need a nigga who can pay for this and a person who can pay for that. And if he can't pay for this, that shows his worth or his status in the community. That may not be the case. So I think that sometimes we have a unique struggle within our community because by design, our families were taken and ripped apart.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have generations of successful relationships to serve as models to go by.
Especially in the Black community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
I think that goes back to what type of relationship you're in. You know what I mean? Like, I think that husband and wife is a pedestal that is reserved for those things that you wouldn't do for somebody that you're just dating. You know what I'm saying? Like if you believe that a man is supposed to profess, protect, and provide, then he can't do that for every single woman that he ever is attracted to.
right.
He needs to reserve these things for his wife so that she's on a pedestal that nobody else has ever been on.
Definitely. So how do we rewire listeners, the youth, the community, the culture to understand that money is something that only enters the equation when you've reached that level.
Definitely.
The first date, I shouldn't care what you make and you shouldn't care what I make.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, personally, that's how I feel.
And two, I feel like it starts off with us reshifting, reconstructing the whole ideal of Black love. Like Black love is important, and a lot of people they don't want that. They scared of that because it's a lot. It's a lot with Black women. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot with women, period. So sometimes with that, it's like, okay, I can't deal with this. So I'm gonna have this, that, and that person. So that makes the woman want to be more dominant, and it makes the woman want to be, not so serious or play that submissive role. Because it's like, okay, when a woman is being submissive, then you sometimes have it where the man is doing other things, having this going on, that going on, and you just don't know. So my thing is,
What do you mean by that? Doing other things like cheating?
Cheating, not providing. It could be
So you
whatever
think
the
if
case
the
may be.
woman give the dude too much leeway, he not gonna step up to the plate?
Sometimes
if you give a person an inch, they take them out.
Exactly. So I feel like you just were saying, it's about what works for you. You gotta we gotta really get out of that whole finesse thing. Like, it's starting to become so trendy to me. Like, even if you wanted to finesse somebody, why do we gotta post it? We gotta talk about it. We gotta put all these things, on social media and all that. Like, you don't gotta do all that. If that's the type of lifestyle you want to live that. I feel like those people need to be with those people. The haters need to be with the haters, and the lovers need to be with the lovers. And then it just makes more sense. It makes it more easier instead of you trying to figure out and differentiate. Okay, well, because salt do look like sugar at times. You might have a woman that really, really that's down for you. That's everything you need. But if you're dealing with 50 women, it's kind of hard to figure out which one is which, because we all gonna have our long hair, we all gonna wear nails, we all gonna wear high heels, so it's gonna be kind of hard to differentiate. So my thing is, sometimes you have to take all those things apart and really look at who you're dealing with, character-wise, personality-wise, value-wise, belief-wise, and that is the stuff that really matters. All that money and all that, you can always build with a person. You can meet a person, they have $20. By the time y'all make it, they get 20,000, 20 million. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't really find out who you're dealing with and get to know a person inner core, it's just not gonna work.
Definitely, and take a little bit of personal accountability. I mean, back in the day, honestly, if you picked the deadbeat, everybody just looked at you like you should have did a better job. Like you should have been more diligent on weighing out, like you said, those character things, those things that can't change based on, you know, what setting you in or who listening. And pay less attention to what kind of clothes and shoes and car he was driving, because those things are meant to put forth a persona.
Yeah.
And they're so fluid, they change so frequently. Like what's popular in the culture is something different every single time you turn on the radio. Every time you turn on the TV, it's something else popular. But being honest is never going to go out of style. Being intelligent and articulate is never going to go out of style. The way you interact with a person and how compatible you are with a person is never going to change. But if you listen to radio and social media, they'll have women thinking they need to get their bread, get their head, and leave.
Definitely, and please, definitely. So, I mean, just to, I
get
guess,
off the women, because the men be degrading women too.
Yeah,
y'all say stuff all the time.
Like what? Give us an example.
Y'all get so sensitive when women say stuff, but y'all been saying the craziest stuff. Why does it hit different?
I mean, I'm gonna be all
y'all
the way
talking about smash her sister, got 2 sisters and all that. Like, that's degrading. That's not giving out a good message to these young men that's looking for a queen, you know?
That's true.
That's not giving a good message.
I would definitely caution any young man not to listen to some of the negative messages that the rappers and R&B singers is putting out there too.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Next week we will be giving you guys a self-care plan for you to use. And also, I want you guys to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, comment below. And on Instagram, check out Rewired Podcast _. And we are Rewired Podcast 2020. And today you have been
Rewired.